what some of you must be sitting there thinking. It wasn't too long ago I should have been thinking the same thing. Now, over the years, if this is real, it's been suppressed and covered up and hidden for very good reasons in the beginning. Reasons that don't stand up now. Reasons that have resulted in criminal activity, in erosion of the Constitution, in all kinds of things. Now, I said that I believe that this is all true. I don't believe that it's a hoax. The evidence is overwhelming that it's true. And by overwhelming, I mean exactly that. When you get into really investigating this, looking at it, the evidence will overwhelm you. It is incredible that such a cover-up has been able to be maintained for so long. On the other hand, I have found references as far back as the beginning of this century by a secret group of very powerful people to create an artificial alien threat from some other planet to help unite all humanity into a one-world government with them at the head. I have found a speech given by John Dewey in 1917 to Viscount Ishii and the Japanese delegation in New York City, where the first thing that he says in his speech is, "Someone once told me that the best way to unite all humanity and do away with war is if we were attacked from some other planet by alien beings from outer space." I have found reference in a report called the Report from Iron Mountain to the ultimate method of permanent peace on this earth and uniting humanity, doing away with nation states which cause wars, and substituting for war a tremendously wasteful space program that would unite humanity against an alien threat of an intelligent race from another planet. Now, I didn't know all this when I saw these papers back between 1970 and 1973 and the photographs and the records that I saw. This information came out during my research over the last 18 years. So it's something that has to be considered. I have to tell you that the intelligence communities, the powerful people in this world, have the capabilities to do this, to perpetrate such a hoax. They can do it. They have methods and ways to make us believe damn near anything they want to. But I will tell you this. The only question is whether extraterrestrials are real or not. There is no question whatsoever about the craft. The craft are real. They've been seen by millions of people all over the world. Credible people, military people, doctors, lawyers, bag ladies, elevator repairmen, people who work in grocery stores, heads of colleges, politicians, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and many others. Now, Jimmy Carter said he saw a UFO before he was elected president. Now, if he's not credible, why did you elect him? If we can send a man to the gas chamber or the electric chair on the testimony of two witnesses in court, why won't you believe millions of people who are telling you that they have seen these craft flying in the air, that they're metal, that they are intelligently guided, that they are real, and that they demonstrate a technology beyond anything that we know of publicly anyway? I can tell you that we have this technology in the United States. It is being flown in an area called Area 51, Groom Dry Lake, in the Nevada Test Range in the state of Nevada. I have seen it fly. Many other people have seen it fly. I have a photograph of it in my book. I also have a drawing given to me by one of the people who have been there and touched it and seen it. The drawing matches the craft in flight exactly. I'm also going to show you a videotape of another craft, what they call a cigar-shaped craft, above the test site here in just a few moments. So hear people talking about secret weapons when you see the stealth fighter unveiled. What they have behind it in the wings, that you too can also go see, by the way, in Nevada, if you have the money and the time to go out there and stand in the desert all night. If you look toward Groom Lake between sunset and sunrise on any given night, you can watch them test fly these craft. But you have to be prepared to stay there 2 or 3 nights because they don't always fly every single night. Now, at this time, to show you that I'm not so far out in left field that you could turn it off, I'm going to show you a tape now, and this tape is going to prove to you that the government's been lying to you for a lot of years. Now, when I say the government, I don't mean our constitutionally authorized and legal and lawful government. I mean the men who have infiltrated our government over the years and are controlling it, subverting it toward their own end. Have been lying to us. Our government hadn't had a chance to work over the last 40 years. And you're going to see why. What I'm going to show you is a tape of the Kennedy assassination. It's not a tape that you've ever seen before. I hope you will pardon the editing because I'm not a professional editor and I have to do this at home because I cannot let this tape out of my possession because that would be totally irresponsible and it would probably disappear. Keep your eyes on the driver of the car. Do not watch Kennedy. Don't look around at the scenery. Keep your eyes on the driver of the car. That's important. They have always known who killed Kennedy, and they have covered it up for all these years. Okay, if we have the lights off, and please run the Kennedy tape. Can I sit down?
Can that door be closed?
None. It was politics that motivated Kennedy to make the trip.
Can you turn up the volume, please?
To reconcile differences between two factions of the state's Democratic Party, as well as draw political support in the state that he had barely carried back in 1960. Kennedy, in fact, had felt the visit to be so crucial to his re-election chances that he persuaded his wife, Jacqueline, to accompany him. The first day of the trip, which included visits to Houston and San Antonio on November 21st, had been very successful. Despite his mediocre rating in the latest Gallup poll, overwhelming and enthusiastic crowds greeted the President and the First Lady at every stop along the tour. Late in the morning of Friday, November 22nd, the presidential party arrived at Dallas's Love Field, where the president was again met by a large and exuberant crowd. After taking time out to shake hands, the Kennedys, along with Texas Governor John Connally and his wife Nellie, stepped into a waiting limousine which would take them through the downtown district on the way to the city's Trade Mart, where the president was to give a luncheon speech. As the motorcade made its way through the streets of Dallas, it was obvious that Kennedy's trip was a tremendous success. Near the end of the motorcade route, the limousine entered Dealey Plaza, a small open area on the outskirts of the city. After turning right onto Houston Street, the president's car traveled one short block and then turned very sharply left onto Elm Street, where it passed beneath the Texas School Book Depository. It was 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. At this point, Abraham Zapruder, a Dallas clothing manufacturer who watched the motorcade from atop a grassy slope to the west of the book